Hello again, and thank you for watching the last video where we discussed goal setting for both Euros and Classic Worlds. And if you recall, the overarching theme should be for you to just place as high as you possibly can. And when you make as many lifts as you can, you effectively score the most kilos that you possibly can. You build the biggest total that you possibly can. And that's great for you individually, but it's also great for us and Team GB because you effectively score as many points as you possibly can. The good news is when you touch down in Spain and Germany, you're going to have some help. And so British powerlifting requires that the national teams have national team coaches with extensive international experience. And so they've named me as your head coach. And then, of course, I'm supported by my right-hand man, who is the coaching lead, Alex Pearson Jones, or Peach, as he's known to many of you. And he's been supporting me every step of the way. And the good news is this isn't our first rodeo. This is the 7th team that I will have been the head coach of. And I've also been a part of, I've been an assistant or a personal coach on 28 other national teams competing at 23 world championships, 17 of which have been overseas. So the good news is that, as I said, this isn't our first rodeo. We have extensive experience doing this sort of thing. And so we are far from just chaperones when we touch down on game day. As you've seen, most of the stuff that we've been taking care of or helping you with along the way so far has just been admin. It's just making sure that deadlines are adhered to, that you're filling out and completing all the necessary paperwork and forms so that we can nominate you to be part of the official roster to compete at these championships. When we touch down on game day, it's a completely different story. Your job on game day is singular. It's execution. It's just being the best lifter that you can possibly be. Our role is basically handling everything else, and it's a collaboration. We want to work with you. We're not working against you. And that means being with you there from the time you weigh in until your very last deadlift. And so that means supporting you at weigh-ins, obviously during the warm-up process, getting you ready for the platform, being by your side when you go out on the platform and take your attempts. It's collaborating with you and discussing with you about your attempts when you come off the platform. And then putting in the next attempts. Alex and or myself will have the final call on all attempts. But we're not dictators. We want to work with you to maximize your performance. But we'll be submitting the attempts on your behalf. And then obviously if there's a conflict, or a situation where we have to protest the lift or go to the jury, Alex or myself are basically going to be advocates for you. Think of us as your defense attorneys. And so each of you deserves your own person to do that. And that's one of the reasons why there are 2 of us. At both Euros and Worlds, we have representation in 10 different weight classes. In 6 of those weight classes, we are doubled up. So in those particular instances, each one of you, as I said, deserves his or her own advocate. You deserve your own coach. And that's where we will come in and we will matter-of-factly just split you so that there is no conflict of interest, so that we uphold integrity, we uphold ethics, and we're doing everything above board, and we're not getting our wires crossed. That means that I will not be coaching 2 people at once, going against each other in the same weight class, and neither will Alex. That's not fair, because in theory, if I were making a call for one, I would be effectively almost coaching against the other. So in those particular instances, we will split. A lot of you have personal coaches who write your own training. And in the next video and email, what I'm going to discuss is actually the role of our assistant coaches and the role of our personal coaches. But what you have to understand is that, as I said earlier, communication is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. And that's why we've been communicating with you every step of the way. And we're going to continue to do that through till the very end. And when we all have this unity of purpose, when we are all on the same page and we have this symbiotic relationship, if you will, everything works really well. And that way we're collaborating together and we're not working against each other. But from now until game day, you just need to continue to take care of business on your end. That is staying consistent, staying healthy, having a great attitude, staying on top of your training, on top of your body weight, taking care of any niggles that you might have. and so on and so forth. And then once we get to game day, it's really going to be an awesome situation where we're going to be fighting tooth and nail for each and every one of you to help you maximize your performance. So once again, that kind of wraps up the role of the team coaches. And then stay tuned for the next video and email where we'll be discussing how we're going to work in concert with our assistant coaching staff as well as your own personal coach. But thank you so much for watching, and do stay tuned for the next one.